Hi everybody, it's Glyne here, and it is time for this week's Leadership Truth, which is you're doing better than you think. You are doing better than you think. I cannot tell you the number of leaders that I work with who will beat themselves up over the one little mistake they made, the one bad conversation they had, the one situation where they didn't feel fully equipped. That will always overshadow all the great things that they've done. Here's the thing. We have a great ability to have our brains stick like Velcro to the negative and act like Teflon to the positive. And we need to swing that around. So one of the best ways I know to do that is actually to take an opportunity to do a bit of reflection on how far I've come in my career. So what happens to us is we're often, think of right now, we're at point B in our careers, because where we started was point A, and that was way back there. Now we're at point B, and we're trying to get to point C. And from getting to point B into point C, do things always go smoothly? No, they don't. Sometimes we have really bad screw-ups. Sometimes we have things that don't go well. What starts to happen then? We start to feel frustrated. We feel despair. We feel like we don't know what we're doing, and we can start going down that cycle. One of the quickest ways to get yourself out of that, I learned from Dan Sullivan at the Strategic Coach, and it's to do kind of a backwards assessment. So as we stand in point B, look back to point A. Where did you start from? What have you done? And particularly, I find this for leaders that are working on shifting a behavior. Often, we have one step forward, three steps back. We're trying to be more patient. We're trying to be more inclusive. We're trying to be maybe a little bit more assertive. And sometimes we do well, and then we don't do so well, and we feel like, I'm never going to get this right. But you know what really helps me is when I will sit and think to myself, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have approached this situation in this way. I have made progress. So think about if you're on a bit of a confidence spiral and feeling like you're, not doing so well, try doing a bit of a backwards audit and see how that starts to make you feel. I bet you're doing much better you think, and you've come much further than you're giving yourself credit for. All right? Have a great week. Have a great week, everybody. I will see you next week. And if you have a leadership truth for me, please do send it my way. I love getting them, and I love reading all your comments. It's so great to engage with you on these different truths. Have a great week.